Hey everybody, I'm live. How's it going? I'm gonna paint this floor. Here's the paintbrush. I'm gonna paint this floor, and we're gonna actually talk about stuff that makes us feel happy on Earth instead of always kissing ass to other people's agenda and having to do things their way all the time. Which, if you live like that all the time in fear, always having to do things, feel old and stuff, like they want people to look and feel so that they feel better about themselves, the older generation or whoever it is. How's it going? I had to work at manual labor type of work for a year and a half, two full-time jobs, doing whatever those people said, saying, yeah, I'm a man. I'm a man. I don't have fun anymore and believe in my dreams, and I don't do the things that make me happy. My childhood dreams that wanted to achieve anything imaginable. When you're a child, you could do anything. There were no limitations on it. But as you get older, you got to be responsible, manly, no longer like a child. No longer like a child anymore. You're not allowed to have the amazing hopes and dreams, unlimited things you can accomplish that you dreamed of when you were a child or a teenager or a young adult. You got to be a man, big man that works on the responsible things. That's why we're painting, right? Painting art. And once you worked on their responsible stuff and paid the dues to their BS your whole life, or you know, for a long enough, it's about appropriate to do the things that make you happy, like painting art on your floor if you feel like it, and sealing it in with this polyurethane so it looks amazing. So it looks amazing, and it looks like, I'll show you, like these floors that I painted. They're cement, painted art on them. Instead of spending $7,000 to put wood floors in here, I spent a few $100s with high quality paint, painted the cement floors, did art on it, your own whatever design you want to come up with, and then you seal it in. You get the right type of paint that's like, cement paint or whatever you can paint. You could even maybe paint wood floors, but I finished those. I sanded and finished those. And then when you're done, it dries. All the paint's gonna dry on there, and you just seal it all in, and it'll be good for a long time, and it'll look cool. So that's what we're gonna do. And I'm actually gonna drink some alcohol. You know why? Because it's a Sunday, and I can do whatever I feel like. And I'll tell you right now, I had to go through a year and a half of manual labor, 12 hours a day, going from one huge task to another, to fix up these houses and have enough money to be able to buy this house, then work on this house incessantly for months to even get it livable and safe enough. Never ending, one big task after another. And I don't like doing that type of work anymore. I never liked it, but I had to eventually, a lot. And I did it over the years here and there. I always hated it. I never enjoyed it in any way, other than I was making a huge amount of money at it, and it was kind of cool. It was okay enough, but that was the only way I was okay with it, because I hated it so much, because I really worked at my dream of art, film, and music, like way harder than that even. But they eventually made it's like the pressure was on. I had to work pretty much just as hard, even though there's no enjoyment in it. So if I'm gonna ever do it again, I'm gonna drink alcohol or do whatever I feel like at this age. So I'm gonna drink alcohol. And I'm just being truthful here. And I have this. I have to clean. Eventually, my friend Layla is gonna come over. She's probably gonna drink this awesome. Um, this is from Europe, and It's absinthe, and I'm gonna make a drink because I deserve it after working a year and a half at manual labor for 12 hours a day. For 12 hours a day, and that's like literally what I did. Is I worked a year and a half at manual labor, and after that, my dream was to come to the woods. I've always been an American, not coming to America. Come out to the woods somewhere. I thought I'd live in a cheap little trailer or something, but I got to live in this beautiful, like no other place in the world. I mean, this amazing place. I don't know how it worked out that way, but I worked and worked and worked and somehow got this cool house out in the woods. And my goal from here was to, my goal from here, hey, how's it going, La Tourist Viva? Hey, my goal was to work on YouTube videos all the time, say, to buy this as an investment property, fix it up, and before that, fix these other houses up that took a long time. And I got here, and I was going to work on YouTube videos for the whole time I was here till I made enough money. In the times after I got to this house, my YouTube videos, I starred in this one that I got an idea to film, has over 50 million hits. It's not on my page, it's on the Mother of My Children's page, and I play Ronald McDonald in it, and that worked. Somehow I kept filming the end of the day of a hard working labor, manual labor, 12 hours a day to fix up these houses. I said I gotta spend a little bit extra and do the thing that I actually love and care, and the thing that I actually cared about the most besides my children. Yeah, and so I kept filming videos. At the end of the day, I'd work half an hour, sometimes a few hours, till exhaustion. I'd just pass out, fall asleep from work. I would never really drink much, or do anything, hardly even listen to music, just work and work and work. And that's how I got to this house, and I thought by the time I'm done, have enough money saved, I can work on YouTube all the time, which I've done for over a year now, close to 2 years, and it actually paid off in some ways. I only made about 14,000 or just over 10,000 or something like that on my own page, which somehow started making money in that time. And my big Ronald McDonald video made 40,000. That's like the salary. That's about the salary they paid the new Cobra Kai star, that blonde haired guy that's in his 50s. They paid him like 60,000. And my original video that I came up with the film was like 40,000 I made off of it in that time. So that's kind of cool. But I didn't keep any of the money on the 40,000. That was the Mother of My Children. She got to keep all of it. It was on her page. And I kept like 10,000 or 7,000 or something like that of my own little Ronald McDonald video that only got like 3 million something views. But hers got pretty big. So, and I have these people trying to accuse me like I don't work very hard, but I'm working on my videos all the time, and here and there some of them get big and make some money. And they don't think it's work here in this town or something. I don't know. They think you have to work a 9 to 5 job that's during the week, that's not creative, and maybe I don't have to worry about that anymore. Maybe I'm okay. So, and here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna paint this floor. But since I spent a year and a half doing manual labor, I don't want to ever have to do that type of big jobs again without doing what I feel. And I'm healthy most of the time, so I'm gonna drink this absinthe. I'm gonna mix that absinthe and drink it with something. And you focus your energy. I'm trying to read it. It was hard for me to read. It said something about focusing energy on something. But Layla's coming over, my friend Layla, and she's gonna clean up this or help me clean it. So I have some motivation, and she's just gonna hang out, and she might be my roommate. And I'm looking for roommates if people want to hang out here and star in the videos and stuff. I'm gonna put this over here. Gosh, it's like I thought like I never achieved enough, but I guess I'm doing okay. Can't even see my face on there. And it's like they want to pressure you. If you do any amount of alcohol, it has to be a certain perfect way all the time. And I just don't care. It's a Sunday. I'm at home in the privacy of my own home. I'm gonna drink alcohol if I feel like it. This is this awesome absinthe. I'm just gonna drink it because I don't want to do the physical manual labor of working on that stuff after I worked on it a year and a half, 12 hours a day, relentlessly. And I don't want to ever go back to that. And this is art that I'm painting on the floor, so it's kind of fun. So this is something I can handle after what I've personally been through. And gosh, it's like, it's difficult. I do a lot of effort and work. I do a lot of effort and work on things. I gotta get some, I don't even have a, oh, here's a cup. I got so lazy because I worked out and worked out and worked out and worked out, lifted weights, ran up and down the mountain, all over the mountain, drank so much caffeine to starve myself and get my body fat down so I look like really cool, like a leading man, like an original leading man, and just exhausted myself. I could not clean up around here. I gave so much attention to that. And so she's gonna come, this, it's not very, she's gonna come here and help me clean up. And I haven't gone grocery shopping very much, but my really nice mom came and brought me all these groceries. She brought me all those groceries. This thing, I don't know what the heck this is doing. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna make an alcoholic beverage. And maybe I shouldn't even film it. Yeah, I'm just gonna put, I'm gonna show you the floor. Hey, how's it going? Hi. Hey. Hi. So we're gonna paint this floor. I'm gonna do custom art on that floor. Doesn't bother me if they're trying to say he's gay because he's doing art. Well, that's their own insecurity that they failed at, their childhood dream of being a movie star, a rock star, whatever it is that they really wanted to do, and they had to lie to themselves, driven by fear, to follow the right's agenda. Like I did. So I could fit in with them and be a good person and kind to both sides and nice to everybody. Oh, ho. It's like, I do my best to stand up for myself, and even am skeptical or questioning of my own subconscious actions that are so far ingrained into my way of thought, my way of being, that are connected to these other people in our lives, that when we have original ideas that we're aware of and we think, oh, I like doing this because it makes me feel good, or this makes me happy, but in reality a lot of it is affected by the other people around you and we're just not aware of it. So some people are totally not self-aware, and they just kind of act however they feel and go along with it. They say they're not aware of it. Like Al says he's not aware of it. I am very philosophical and introspective and analytical, and I don't seem to have any problems with it at all, because, you know, I don't look at it in a negative way, and it doesn't bother me. And I'm drinking alcohol right now because I worked, like I said, for 12 hours a day at manual labor for a year and a half, and I don't feel like going back to that type of work ever again after I barely lived through it. So I'm gonna drink this absinthe and mix it with something else, with milk or something good tasting. And we're gonna paint art on the floors. Because there is nothing wrong with art, and there are plenty of people who make an amazing career at creative jobs. And to negate that is to, for those right-wing Republicans, big right-wing Republicans, to negate art, that's anti-American. That's anti-American. That's anti-unique, original, beautiful ideas that are so original and different from the mainstream and having to always follow a certain thing and always in uniform. Do you think that if they tried to destroy Ben Franklin's original idea for electricity or Nikola Tesla's original ideas that were so far outside of the normal, do you think if they tried to socialize him and mandate his uniformity? Think about it. The army and all those uniform jobs is almost like mandating socialism, mandating equality for all those troops. So technically, it's not even right wing. So it's kind of like if you don't allow capitalism to have these brilliant, unique individuals in a classroom, in whatever setting it is, that stand out, and they're so much more than their average, mundane people, and you can't put a limitation on them to always be a certain way within their uniform, to always follow certain guidelines, because they're beyond that. You can't take a Ben Franklin and say, you have to be a this, you only have to do this and stand up for this agenda all the time like the worker ants that we all are. You can't take Ben Franklin and say, there's going to be no such thing as electricity. You can't take Bill Gates and say there's going to be no such thing as the internet, or whoever invented the internet. Or else we wouldn't exist today in this far advanced reality that's well beyond the mere fear-driven, rule-following people who are afraid to be their true original selves. Because true originality inside who you actually are, that is what causes true greatness. And that's why I'm going to paint my floor with art. And I went through a lot of manual labor and standing up for their agenda and fear-driven stuff before, when I was a little younger, and I'm tired of it. So I'm just going to do my art on the floor instead of some mundane, regular, has to be a certain way job. That was some of my rant. Looking for a spoon and making a drink so I can do the art. Mixing some milk and water and stuff. 100% legal drink. I'm not an idiot. Get this show going. I'm going to paint that floor. I'm going to do art on that whole floor and seal it in later with polyurethane so it's like, so it lasts a long time. They're always trying to want things to be a certain way. Well, I think it's okay to here and there drink alcohol in the United States. It's obviously allowed. And they're allowing marijuana, actually. They're starting to allow... Actually, Donald Trump is pushing to to legalize it at the federal level, or to decriminalize it, or to allow medical marijuana. That's his new thing. It's just been in the news. So I think that would be kind of good if people have something to go to at the end of the day as an escape from their lives. That's a way that they're not going to get in trouble for it or have to worry that they're going to get in trouble. And if it bothers them, it's a drug like anything else. You got to be careful about it. You don't want to do it too much. And I'm going to paint that floor. Oh, I don't even want to drink that thing too much. But I got to paint all that. It reminds me of the 12-hour-a-day, year-and-a-half manual labor that I had to do. That's why I'm drinking an alcoholic beverage right now before I do it. It's like I don't feel like ever going back to doing that again. It made me depressed to have to do it as much as I did. It was like a once in a lifetime. I don't think I'd ever have to work that, hard at something I hated and just was difficult and had no real trace of no semblance of originality of what I intended to do with my life. I did not want to have to work at manly things. That was never my goal. But I had to do it out of respect for them. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. I'm drinking my alcoholic thing, which it's like a drink. I have paint on my finger from before. I'm gonna paint this floor. And Al's coming over. Al's coming over tomorrow. He's coming over tomorrow. Al is coming over here tomorrow, and he's going to be in a live video probably. He's going to visit. I don't know. He's going to visit. Al's going to be in a live video. He's coming over to stay because he has to get a surgery or see the doctor or something, and he needs a place to stay where he's not going to get hurt. So he's coming over, and he's going to be in a live video probably tomorrow. Oh wait, today's Sunday. It's either I'd have to check my messages. Let me check on my phone. It's either today or tomorrow. Let me check. Coming over today at 2. Al's coming over today at 2. It's really early in the morning. It's 6:45 over here. We're on the East Coast. In the United States. So I'm gonna paint. I'm gonna set up the camera and paint. I'm gonna have to paint this. It'll be fun because it's art. I just don't know if I didn't think I could ever go back to that manual labor every day, teaching myself how to do skilled labor as I went, and it was just a huge one task after another. It lasted a year and a half, but it's all right. Now I just get to paint art, and I don't like getting high off of those crazy paint fumes that some of those people that work in the closed situation. I don't like that paint fume garbage. It can mess people up. This is not like real paint fumes. Okay. I feel okay enough that I'm confident. I'm confident about myself. I was having a breakdown for days. I was alone out here, and finally Layla's coming over here, Layla Hinton. So that's going to be good. I'm trying to figure out how to get my face in the shot too. Okay. Oh man. I was sad. I wouldn't say I was depressed, but I was kind of sad was like, gosh, I'm not making enough money all the time. I don't have extra money. I don't have, how am I going to pay my bills, all this? How's it going? We're going to paint this floor. Okay. Okay. I'm going to get the paintbrush. Let's paint. Where's the paintbrush here? This is awesome. This is this whole milk stuff mixed. It's organic whole milk mixed with a little bit of absinthe from overseas. It's the best absinthe they have online at absinthe.com. Here and there, if you get cool things like that that you like, it was like a once every few years thing. I got some absinthe. Some of it was centuries old. It was to celebrate the release of my movie Rednecks, and I got some for the CEO of the company, Lloyd Kaufman. I sent it to him. He made a tweet or one of those things about it. He put it on social media and showed his, I got a centuries old recipe of this absinthe, and to celebrate my movie release, and got them some custom cups and stuff, and I got some for myself because it was my whole feature film being released. I thought I'd celebrate, and I still have it. Oh, this paint is messed up, but this paint's funny. When you're doing art, you don't have to worry about mixing different colors. It can kind of blend in and create just this amazing, sort of unique and interesting stuff. Can you see that? Yeah, I guess so. There is some black in it, like a black cat, like I have a black cat. I'm just doing some art. I'm not gonna talk. That was the cat's face that I painted over. I don't know what that can technically be. Just some strange art, some cool art. Well, what is this one? This didn't mix properly, but I'm mixing it now. I shook it as best as I could. I don't know. That's just. Alright. I'm gonna get a paper towel. Paper towel. Whoa. Alright. Down the handle of it. Painting the floor. This is going to be interesting. Okay. Come on. yeah. Okay. You can just put whatever design you want in it. If you want to paint your own floors and then seal it in with this polyurethane. Once it all dries, seal it in with polyurethane. You can paint a cement floor, works the best. I'm just doing art on it. I can just do it fast, I guess. Get these cans out of the way. Put them over, I don't know where I'm going to put them. I'm going to have to do, I'll do a different angle. Okay. I don't know. Alright. Hey, how's it going? Oh man, that has, put that up there for something that has a slight drip in it or whatever, but it's going to look good when it's done. Okay. Okay. Okay, we're painting. I got hair on my legs. I don't care. I care about my legs, but not about the hair on my legs. That's what Vinnie Paul will tell. He does whatever he feels like. Vinnie Paul, man. Man, I don't care. He pulled his pants down on stage and started humping somebody in a video with Vinnie Paul, the guy that just died in Pantera. He pulled his pants down on stage with his boxers on, of course. You don't want to be like Jim Morrison, what happened to him. It's terrible. And he pulled his pants down. Perry Farrell showed his nudity on stage. They didn't do anything to him anymore. But Vinnie Paul recently, he's in a video with these new glam rockers that are really popular. And Chad Kroeger got on stage. Vinnie Paul was singing David Lee Roth. It was Vinnie Paul and that glam rock band that's like a joke. But Michael Starr is the lead singer. They're a big band now. Does anyone know what that band is? Michael Starr's the lead singer. Anyway, they got on stage and he pulled his pants down and started even humping some girl, one of the go-go dancers. And he don't care, does whatever he feels. And I saw that after I made the video. I was kind of standing up for him. I just randomly filmed the video with me joking about it. And I realized he was actually like that in real life. Because it seemed like he just did whatever he felt like, what felt good, what he liked to eat. I don't know if I'm going to be... Oh. This looks cool. And too much green, it looks funny. Anyway. Could that be the cat again? Should I paint the cat on here again? Or just eyes? I don't want to do some super perfect art. Hey, this is looking pretty good. Happy little trees. Happy little trees. Painting the floor so it looks good again. Covering up all this dirty garbage on here. All this. What is that? Vinnie Paul would not like that looking stuff in his mansion. Or whatever house he rich looking new place that he felt like feeling good and have. I want to have sex and drink Jack Daniels. I'll do whatever I feel right now. Give me a steak. Yeah, it feels good. It tastes good. That's why I died when I was 54, man. Did whatever I felt like. Vinnie Paul, man, yeah. Do whatever I feel is what he... Whoa, that was a cool one. Huh. I'm just going to paint some black. I don't want to do like a super good job of all the manual labor type of stuff myself, because I had to learn, I had to really do that I made up for 10 years of barely working that much. In a year and a half, I worked 12 hours a day. I made up sort of as if I was working a full-time job for 10 years in just a year and a half. Before I kind of slacked off, didn't work very hard. My parents paid me a ton of money. And then I had to learn. I had to like work so hard I barely lived. I was so exhausted at the end of the day, I just went to sleep. I fell right to sleep. If I was lucky, if I was still able to keep going, I'd do videos for another half hour or an hour. Or a few hours if I was able to. And then those paid off. My Ronald McDonald video made $40,000. But it wasn't on my page though, but I came up with the idea to film it, and the mother of my children got all the money for it. And I made like $10,000 or something off of my Ronald McDonald video. And I didn't have to give her as much money as I was giving her. And I could like say, hey, I don't have that much money. You could. This is looking cool with the black and the. Holy gosh, how am I gonna paint? How am I gonna get back here? This is why you don't let your cats in. This is why you don't let your cats in when you're doing stuff like this. Okay. Vinnie Paul, man, why you paint the floor like that trying so hard? All I do is play the drums, man, do whatever I feel. If I had to work, I worked hard at those drums, felt good, so I could do whatever I felt like. That's all he had to do? No, he suffered, man. He don't tell you, but he had to do things he didn't want to. Vinnie Paul. Passed away, man. I was in Pantera. That ain't Cara. I'm not gonna do the most flawless paint up to the edges in the world. I could even do some art. This is an art house. This was built as an art school, so it was finally okay. All those, well, for a year and a half, I could never do any original art. I had to paint the strokes perfectly up and down. Leave it just like exactly how it's supposed to be, like the way it was supposed to be. There's no trace of art I could ever do for a year and a half. Every time I painted a whole house, painted some of this other whole house, or maybe the other whole, I don't remember what exactly I did on these two houses, but the one house I had to really work on a lot. And now I can do art on the house that I finally got to through all that hard work. And I feel okay. And that's about it. But Vinnie Paul, man, how'd you die, man? I'm so sorry he died, but he felt good. But right when he was dying, oh man, it felt terrible. God, why do I have to die? Oh man. And then he looked up and he saw his Meemaw. She said, Vinnie, we need you here in heaven, come on. And then he died. That was it. He didn't even care. He was trying to eat some he was trying to eat an enchilada or something, because he was from Texas and they had Tex-Mex there, but you know, he wasn't as into it. He was like, what, Mexican food? Man, don't you know that Philip Anselmo, he don't like Mexicans, man. And I'll tell you right now, I'll grab you by the shirt and breathe into your face real hard and say, look, man, he don't like Mexicans. He really don't. He ain't messing around, but I'm eating an enchilada, and I like the way it feels. And I just absorb it into myself. I ain't going to use the bathroom or anything like that funny. You know, it just feels good, man. It feels good. I like the way the enchilada tastes. And what's going on, man? And then he died. And then he just passed away. All of a sudden, Vinnie Paul just died. That's what he was trying to say. That's what he believed in. And he had a good life. And there may be so many layers of him that we don't even see. But he did what he felt like and felt good. Yeah, woman, smack her butt. Yeah, I like that, man. Yeah, get away with it too, because that's like how I do, man. I do it within the perfect societal norms, right when she likes it and wants me to, man. It felt awesome. I just do whatever I feel, man. I'm cool, man. Pull my pants down right here on stage with boxer shorts on with Nickelback, Chad Kroeger on stage, and I do whatever I feel and don't even get in trouble, man, because I don't do anything wrong. Yeah, because it wasn't technically boxers. No, it was. He actually pulled his pants off and had boxers on stage with, what's that band? Not Steel Thunder. They're a big glam rock band. Michael Starr is the lead singer. He pulled his pants down on stage. I watched the video right now after uploading mine. I was like, man, he was just like I said he was in the video. I'm gonna go around this way. Okay. Now, I'm gonna finish painting this cool floor. You can do it on your own if you know how to somewhat do art. Paint some, or you could do a cool custom design, and then you seal it in. When you let it dry, you get the right paint that can paint a floor, oil or latex, whatever one is the right one for cement. And then when it's all dry, you put this clear polyurethane on it, seals it in. Look, and it looks like that. Looks like that floor right there. It's lasted almost 2 years. And still shiny. I put the wood floor finish on. I finished those myself. My friend helped me sand them. He really worked to sand them. He did it right. And I did all sealing it in and all that. Anyway, that's all you gotta do is once it dries, you seal it in with that clear coat. And you watch out for your hands and don't get it on the walls or anywhere, and have some paper towels or whatever ready. And that's all you got to do is paint your floor, and it's so cheap and affordable compared to getting some like rich, expensive thing or doing tile. But tile's good. Tile is a work of art. Tile is an amazing craft and or craftsmanship and work of art in itself. It's just amazing if you do that. If you get into that. I'm gonna have to paint that wall. I'm gonna have to work on this thing a little bit because, and yeah. Oh, come on, I gotta put a curly Q on that one too because of the way the Alright. Woo! Vinnie Paul, man. Amazing drummer. He was an artist as a drummer. What are you talking about? I ain't into art, man. Come on, I'm just trying to be a country boy. Man, come on. I'm just trying to look cool with long hair and a goatee, man. Alright. I'm just painting that. I have to paint this at this corner now. Oh man. I don't want to make a perfect, flawless masterpiece out of it. Gosh, the work I've done to create real films as an auteur, there was no limit to how hard I would work. I've been telling people recently I was bedridden for 9 months. I kept working and working and working in front of a computer. I'm taught myself all post-production. On my film Rebel Fish. Did all the effects myself, only spent $200 in the budget, worked so hard that my professor felt sorry for me, couldn't believe what I had created, and got Pauly Shore to do the introduction. I contacted Fugazi, the band Fugazi that used to be Minor Threat, and Guy, the guitarist, allowed me to use their music for free in my short film Rebel Fish. So it got into every video. It got in every video stores in every state, like 1 or 2 video stores in every state. The distribution it got, it was kind of cool. My first short film. I thought, hey, I'd be a big director. I'd worked so hard, harder than anyone had ever worked that could possibly work on creating this work of timeless, flawless art that I believed it would be, because I'm so confident in myself and my ability. There's unparalleled, and I'd be the best artist in the world, most diverse, and all this stuff. I thought it was so cool. So I worked at it like really hard, a crazy amount that crippled myself. I had to pee in a cup. I was working so hard, couldn't even walk to the bathroom, and kept editing, making this, teaching myself how to do all the sound design and everything from a bed with the computer over on the side. And that's all that art really is, and creativity is being confident about how good you are at it. And playing drums or anything creative is how confident you are and how hard you work at it and practice at it. And if you're confident and think you're cool enough, like better than other people, and think you're the best one, then you'll do the work. That's how I was on drums. I thought I was so great, and then I just worked on it kind of hard. Not, I worked on it a lot, but it was easier for drums in particular because I thought I was way better than like anyone. By the time I was 17, I thought I was the best drummer in the world. But I definitely was not. I definitely was not. Or 12 or 13, I thought, hey, I'm the best in the world because I was so confident. You convince yourself to be confident about yourself, so you think you're better. So then, like, naturally in your subconscious, you're like, that person sucked. When you're right in their face, they're like, and you prove that you're better than them when you're in a social environment around them. If you think you're better than them, then that's it. I don't think talent really exists. It's more about confidence and hard work. But talent's just like a vague term that you can kind of say that you have once you get good at that stuff. But whoa, it's cool. Yeah, 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 yeah. I gotta go back here and paint this. Ah! Oh, this is very good. Huh. I'm just gonna do this a cool way. I'm gonna do this a cool way. I'll take the camera somewhere else. Okay. Put the camera, see if I can. How's it? Oh, this is a cool thing. I got a scholarship to attend this school. I have a master's in fine arts from Chapman University. And recently, the Hollywood Reporter named it the #6 film school. When I was in attendance, it was the #13. Now it's got up to the #7 by the Hollywood Reporter. Now it's up to the #6. So it's like a cool achievement. I want all this stuff. I was crippled again. One time I could barely carry a book around campus with my hair in front of my eyes, braces, and I looked ugly. It was a nightmare, and I kept working on art in some of the classes and some just work. It was at Radford University. I looked so different from everyone. I was insecure about my hair on my hands and body. It was all in my head. If I was confident, shaved my head and been like some cool guy, then it wouldn't, like Henry Rollins or something. I had about his body hair level. But I was a kid. I was like 18 or 19, and all these blonde kids and stuff. And I was like, hey, and I got a hernia from the first day I got there. Tried to skate down these steps, and hurt. I kept skating over and over, and I hurt myself and got a hernia. I hurt myself and or I thought I had a hernia. It was like a phantom feel, and ended up being so weak and messed up the whole semester. And I guess it was for a reason, because I worked on my studies. I worked all the time at my schoolwork, and my roommates were just partying. Some of them did cocaine, I heard of, like later, and I had no idea. I would stay away from them. I was weird looking. I had braces, didn't talk to them. My hair in front of my face had zits. I tried to shave off my hair, and had like red marks where it was shaved. It was awful. I looked like, it was so weird. This kid saw me from high school and said, I passed by and said, hey. And I was so weird with the just messed up looking face, and I wasn't confident. He said, what happened to you? And just walked right past me. And I was like, had bad body dysmorphic disorder. I didn't smell bad. I never really smelled bad as far as I knew. But like there are things that I knew I was like kind of confident with, but here and there I was like really worried and stuff about my appearance. And I overcame all that. I got very confident. There were times when I had ripped abs, like better than 100,000, like 1 in 100,000 people by the time I was 25 or 26. I had like Michelangelo's body. I wanted to achieve Michelangelo's body, and I got it. That was after my whole life being some fat kid and then feeling ugly and suffering through all that. And I was like, forget all that. And I just got really confident and got abs and ripped and got perfect looking. I had never been able to take my shirt off out in public with confidence, other than one or two times when I was like 19 and I starved myself enough and I could barely pull it off. But I got to where I just walk around with no shirt on all the time, lift weights like crazy every day. It was when I was about 25 or 26 and close to 27. Then I put some weight on. And I had to teach myself how to get that body and that confidence. It's like a mind over matter thing, really, and working hard at it. So, but I'm gonna put some green in there and do some paint and then and I haven't shaved. I was gonna shave off all my body hair again, but I just been letting it grow in for a couple weeks or something. I've just been taking showers, and I don't have any issues about it anymore. I used to worry about all that stuff when I was a teenager, like, oh, body hair, like, it doesn't matter either way. Like, I didn't even shave this hair here, and it's like, who cares? It's like, it doesn't bother me. It's like, it's in your mind. It's like being confident. And that's kind of like what good looks can be, is confidence. It can almost be learned in some ways, but I don't want to sound crazy, so I don't want to go into the philosophy behind all that when I'm trying to paint. All right. I'm trying to do this so it's not like some dark black scary things. It's like got some bright green. If somebody takes a shower, it's like, oh, okay, it's kind of nice. Instead of being like some Danzig or satanic, the Black House, this Black House in San Francisco. They painted the whole house black. And Anton Szandor LaVey's satanic, horrible Black House, that he did all that evil and hurt people and stuff, which I'm not into. I don't think I'll ever do anything like that again. I'd rather be kind to human beings, and that's what this house is. That's what this house is, and where I live, and it's what I don't ever want to use that horrible evil against people, which is inevitably going to come back to whoever uses it. So it's like it can empower people, but it's awful, and they have to suffer later, probably on Earth, and maybe somewhere else if they're able to pull it off. It's just the wrong way to do it, hurting others for too long. And hurting others in general is bad. I'm just getting this corner. I'm just painting this. I'm not doing it a certain way, but it's like I want my house. I invested in this house. If you can find, they have houses all over the world. Amazingly built, strange houses in all parts of the world that you could afford and live in one day. If you could like make a living off the internet, or if you like it in your town and you have family or wherever they have some cool places out there in the world I've been seeing on Airbnb. Strange houses. Some are expensive, I've seen some. I just wanted to ask a completely random question. How risperidone affects hormones? Oh my God. Please ask a doctor about that. Please ask a doctor about that. And I don't suggest any psychiatric meds straight off the bat. I suggest you look at your diet first. If you feel really bad, ask your primary care physician. Look at your diet first. See if there's anything funny about your diet that's imbalanced. Your relationships in your family and friends and people around you. Your work relationships, if there's anything imbalanced, if you don't have a private home to come home to where you feel like you're okay, sometimes way too much caffeine and nicotine can work as a stimulant and get your brain and everything working so fast that you think that it's like you're thinking all these things and you just need to calm down and get that caffeine and stuff out of your system and be away from people. Sometimes not worrying or not always working so much or doing things that make you happy or making sure that relationships in your life are balanced. Talking to certain people you may have not talked to all the time, it's maybe causing an imbalance. And just stuff like that. Like if there's a good friend you have or essential people in your life that you feel like you should be kind to or reach out to or be there for, then it's like you gotta contact those people and make sure everything's okay. And sometimes if you're neglecting someone, it's putting it off for too long. You're supposed to be doing something else and turn around and figure out, oh, I've got to do this over here, and then that makes the problems go away. But in rare occasions, it could be a chemical imbalance. But I don't really personally believe in all that too much. I think it's just about getting proper diet and exercise and your relationships in your life, your home life, your work, your physical and mental health insofar as what you're eating and how physically healthy your mind is insofar as you don't have any strange growths. And there's like some people have tumors and stuff when they get really old, and not worrying about any of that. Some people will work you up and make you worry about all that stuff, and those are people in your life that may have they may have some part of your life either that are causing that worry and stuff, and a lot of times it's from parents, but you can't totally get away from them, and you don't want to hurt them because they're getting older, and it's just you got to figure out a way to try your best, and it goes away as people get older. Almost everyone I know has said that their anxiety goes away by their 40s. They had all sorts of negative racing thoughts that were horrible. And by the time they got about 40 or in their 40s, actually they said in their 40s, they had no more anxiety. Like it went away. And that's what I've been told by some people that I know. What is this? But you can do whatever art this is. I don't know. It's like something else. But and this is just painting the floors. And I think I'm about done. Holy gosh. I think I'm about done. Hey, how's it going? Hi. Oh my gosh. I've been trapped in this bathroom. Okay. Whoa. How's it going? So I think we're done painting the floors, but I just got to finish the very end of it. Oh man. Gonna finish the very end of it. I haven't been doing the weights on my legs. I ran up and down the mountain and have been like resting. The next day I was still fine and just resting, chose to rest. And then 2 days later it was like, wow, I really had to rest. Oh, I was working out hours a day. It's kind of easy to say these words. Man. Wait. How do I look at those comments? Hi. Oh, what's there? Yeah. It's hard to see what it said. I'll try to look back at it later. Okay, I gotta finish this last little piece. This right here is kind of got some dust on it or stuff, but oh man. Yeah, but that's the thing is I keep working and people are like, oh man, relax and just be happy. That's what Al does. He just relaxes all the time. He worked really hard from when he was like 14 up until, I don't know, late 20s or 30s or something, 30s. And then he, supposedly, this may not be true, you'd have to ask him, he took care of his parents in their old age for like 27 years, supposedly. And had jobs here and there and stuff. And he ended up buying this house. And then he didn't work anymore as much. He kind of works, but he just didn't want to make that much money. And he had to sell this house. He let it go really, he really let it go. He let it go. He says, let it go. Like with everything, just to feel happy, which works for feeling good. But he let the whole house go, and I had to save it and fix it and stuff. But, you know, it worked out just right. Like I came here, I was ready to work on something so cool as this. And then he hangs out here sometimes. And he got me to figure out you don't always have to work super hard. You can take breaks in between working, do something different. Oh man. I'm gonna put the camera over there. Hi. Whoa. Okay. Holy gosh. Still painting this floor. It's going on for 69 minutes, man. Yeah, Vinnie Paul, 69. I mean, so, 69 minutes. Yeah, 69, man. Vinnie Paul. Could have been 69 years old, man, but it felt good. Do whatever I felt like and die all of a sudden. Who cares? It felt good. Wait. Okay. I didn't get to do as much of that stuff that Vinnie Paul did. Okay, I'm gonna finish painting. Vinnie Paul, man, eating awesome tasting steak, man, awesome tasting. And then some Jello, pudding pops. What is this? Bill Collins, think about this is annoying, man. I don't want these carbs. Give me some. Give me a bunch of Jack Daniels, Smith & Wesson, shoot my gun off in the woods, do whatever. uh, uh, One thing after another, eat everything I feel like. Where's my woman at? Come on over here. Yeah, feels good. Got a beer now. Yeah, this is awesome, man. Vinnie Paul. Yeah, this is awesome, man. Yeah. All right. And then he dies all of a sudden. That's how he died. That's really how. No, it was something like that, but I'm not sure exactly what. Vinnie Paul. The life story of Vinnie Paul, narrated by Grizzly Adams. The life story of Vinnie Paul, narrated by Grizzly Adams, with a guest narration by Burl Ives and the guy who did Frosty the Snowman or something. I'm just gonna paint this stuff on here. Okay. Gosh. Another cool thing about painting cement floors and other types of floors that you want to paint. You just paint them with the right paint. Any cool art you want, any cool pattern design, or any cool colors you choose. And then once it all dries, you seal it in with polyurethane. It's the same stuff they put on wood floor finish that makes it like a really good, solid, almost impenetrable in a non-literal way. You know, it doesn't get scratched very much, and and if you like, oh my God, I got a tiny drop of it somewhere. Yeah, a tiny drop of it somewhere. I'm wiping it off. I'm mixing it into the carpet and making an artistic looking look to it so it looks like it was the same color as the carpet, because for me, I am an artist, so if you want, I usually work to wipe the, you just get a paper towel and wipe it all out, every other trace of it anywhere else, so it's just the work that you created, or that you did, and I sweated in it. It doesn't have tears or blood in it, but it has one drop of sweat in it. I'm trying to wipe off this stuff over here. I keep walking into here. I'm gonna finish this little threshold. You don't want to get it on that wood. I'm gonna wipe all this off. Get paper towels somehow. Yeah, I got paper towels. That wood is this wood is the original builder's cool wood. So I'm going to wipe it all off. There's only so much of that I can do without it killing me or something. And at this point, that's all I can say about it. Just won't do it. I'd work at anything else if I had to. I could work on anything else if I had to. I'd rather be kind of poor, go out to Venice Beach with a guitar, play guitar, hardly have any money, make $70 a day. That'd pay my bills. Anything. There's so many different things I could do to make money rather than hard manual labor 12 hours a day. Again, teaching myself skilled labor as I go. It was a lot. It was a lot for like a year and a half. That's why I don't want to do all the technical stuff as much, but I'm still cleaning up all this stuff on the floor, but I don't like it at all. It made me depressed. It made me depressed for a long time. I don't know how I survived. Till at the end of that year and a half, I broke down in the shower and cried, said over and over, I can't do this anymore, I can't do this anymore, I can't do this anymore, I can't. Laid in the bed for 3 days, didn't even have my house insured yet, just couldn't work on it anymore. Somehow, it got insured. So my lifetime's investment and all that work and my whole life saving, being respectful for my boss and stuff and working as much as I could, and the money I saved doing that didn't get ruined. And somehow this house got insured, and I didn't die or something. I don't know how I would have died. It never hurt myself. But somehow it all worked out, and then I just got to detox off of that crazy hard work of a year and a half. Hardly do anything for like 3 months. I'm just going to finish working painting this. And then I had a cool house, a cool giant house. This house is like 11 bedrooms. But it's not brand new, but it's cool because it's cool. And somehow after all that work, instead of getting some crappy, I thought I was going to live in a trailer by myself out in the woods where I could just be away from people finally and work on my YouTube page, which is the plan, was to make money off my YouTube, which actually made money. I have a video that I conceived, or I had the idea to film and filmed that made over $40,000, and I let my mother, my children, keep the money for it because she put it on her page and it got huge. It got over 50 million views, and I star as Ronald McDonald now in the #1 Ronald McDonald video online. And like, that's how much work I had to do to make that a reality. I not only had to work 12 hours a day, but like at the end of the day, I had to film videos no matter what, even if I was exhausted. And it kind of sucked for a year and a half, but somehow I kept doing it. It sucked. It sucked really bad. Sometimes I didn't know how to live. There was a time at the end I kept working. I didn't know how to stop working. I had to keep doing as much as possible to make sure I'd have enough money. And I ended up removing tons of garbage, 100 car and truckloads and U-Haul loads of garbage from this house and his stuff, Al's hoarder stuff. He admitted he's a hoarder. And I was out in the rain with the flu removing garbage, and it nearly killed me. Like, I kept doing it as much as I could to the end of the day, and I had to get over in town past nightfall to get to my computer so I could upload a video for the weekly video to make sure I was following the YouTube rules and doing it as the regular uploads were. Got over there, uploaded the video, and forgot my medicine, and said I'll try to sleep anyway. I went to sleep so exhausted, because I was so exhausted when I got there, but I had to force myself to keep editing and uploading the video like for an hour, a few hours. And I felt like I was going to like really be messed up, and I was like, finally I can go to sleep. I didn't have my medicine. I woke up 1 hour later, like really totally messed up and like hurting my body. It was pouring rain, and I had to go up this treacherous mountain at nighttime, like not knowing if I would make it up or not, and be stuck in my car with the flu.
with the flu. And then I had just been out on the way there, all in the rain, removing garbage, and with all my might. And somehow I got back to my house, and when I went in that guest house up here, there's a guest house over the side. That's where I lived in when I first got here. I said, I'm not going to even work on any YouTube videos this weekend. I'm definitely not going to do any work on, or for a day. I thought it was just a day. It was Labor Day weekend. Labor Day weekend. That was the first real whole day I had off. I had had one day off in the whole year before that I couldn't go on. This is the first real day off, and in fact, I took 3 whole days off, and I was at perfect peace out here. It was unbelievable. I finally didn't have to work. I finally didn't have to work. It was like, God, I was so happy. It was like no trace of anxiety, just bliss and happiness. I didn't have to work. And somehow I kept checking up on my Ronald McDonald video that weekend, and it somehow, by some miracle or otherworldly or godly thing or something, I don't know what it was, it got huge. It started, I couldn't believe it. I kept looking at it the whole weekend. I was so happy. Couldn't believe it. It was just amazing. My Ronald McDonald video got huge, started making $2,000 a month when it had hardly been making any money through my tremendous effort my whole life. And it started making $2,000 a month, but it was at one point getting like 100,000 views a day or 100,000 views every 2 days. Just my video. Her video was really big, like 1 million every few days, 1 million views every few days, or 1 million views a day, or something like that. It got really big. And after that 3rd day of Labor Day weekend, the 4th day, I was like, I'm gonna keep feeling happy, and I kind of went out and worked a little bit. And then it was like I had to get heat into this house by winter time, or else who knows what would have happened. And I got sucked into the had to work or whatever crazy nonsense. And then I just started working all the time. Went right back to work on this house, and it was horrible. Like for a few months, and I did the whole house. I had done just mostly the guest house and the outside of the house, removing debris and everything out of the house. And I got to work on the actual house, did many months of work after that. I don't know how I made it through. And the YouTube page steadily went downhill. Like, instead of going with that, I thought maybe if there's some way if I just did the YouTube, it would have gotten huge. But when I try to do more of that stuff, it's like imbalanced sometime, and they're like, maybe it's like somehow I'm just doing it wrong or something. But I've tried the best I could. And then I couldn't work in the house anymore, relaxed. After I had a horrible breakdown, a few days just laid in the bed. And yeah, and then I finally got to do whatever I felt like for like 3 months and feel happy. I didn't even care about finding a girlfriend or having sex. I was so happy that I didn't have to work. That was enough for me. And it felt like heaven on earth. I got to experience real heaven on earth. I could not believe it. It was like a CGI perfect existence of happiness, doing what, just feeling so happy with no anxiety almost any time. Like, go weeks without any negative anxiety. And just out here in the woods in total bliss, like the beautiful light coming in, and it was amazing. I've never experienced, it was like heaven on earth. But I've experienced the hell on, like a real hell on earth, almost been shown some horrible things that I don't even want to say. But like, this was like a heaven on earth. And eventually all that horrible stuff from my past that I had to go through went away. And all my fear and anxiety that was built up that made me work at that stuff so hard and try to get independent and have my own money so they could never hurt me again, all that fear and everything went away. Like, whoever I thought was hurting me was driven by fear. This horrible big Republican, it was terrible. It was like they threatened me with a living nightmare of hell of fear that they showed me. Like, and I can't even say exactly what it is unless I was very particular about getting it politically correct as to not say anything too strange or, but it was awful. It was like a fear that was pushed on me to become this, it was awful. And then after that, I had to go to work for a year and a half on manual labor, like regardless of political opinion or not. Slowly got more kind to others. Got the big horrible Republican stuff out of my system. Here and there would go back, you know, nice to various groups. Realize, okay, they're a little Republican, be nice to them, and kind of got more balanced and happy. And now I have as much money as I feel can, you know. For now, I'd like a lot more money to just be able to retire and never have to work again. But like, anyway, I feel okay again. So let's look at this floor, and look at this floor. Oh man, I had to become a big, horrible, evil person. It was terrible. It was a necessary evil, I think, for America, but I can't really tell anyone. Because it was, I can't even really tell anyone what I had to do, unless, you know, but I was kind to all those people that I may have hurt. It's like pushing a horrible agenda out there like everybody does every day, like, driven by fear or whatever. And it was that sort of thing that a lot of people, or some people do at some point in their lives when they have to survive or whatever. And I just learned how to be kind out here. There's the floor. I just learned how to be kind to people. And I'm out here in the woods, doing whatever I feel like. I have no anxiety or fear about saying the things that really happened to me and the ups and downs that I went through, because there's nothing really to hide. I didn't break any laws. I didn't do anything wrong. And I feel happy again. I'm kind. Reached out to anyone I may have hurt in kindness, and actually used some Jesus. And you know, some people don't believe in that, but I was very kind to others with believing in God. And I made up for all the evil I had to do, the necessary evil, to stand up for certain American values and stuff. And but you know, I feel happy now, like I could actually tell the truth about all that and it wouldn't even be that bad. But it would be pretty intense. I might write an autobiography on it. Or start telling people the truth about all the stories and stuff I went through. And there's the art. There's the art. The wall, I guess, has some water on it from taking a shower or something, or putting some thing to seal it in, this whatever it is. So you let the floor dry. You let the floor dry, and you did the art on it. Gosh, I wish I could do something to that one over there. It looks a little funny, that one right there. Man, I wish I could lean over there. I'll have to validate that as some strange design. Anyway, I don't know. I wish I could paint that. Wish I could reach over there and paint that. Maybe Vinnie Paul could give it a reach around. maybe Vinnie Paul could give it the whole thing to reach around. Yeah. Okay, so maybe, do you think it's possible to summon ghosts? I don't even know if that's possible. That's legal to do. I don't know. I don't know if that would be possible or not. I don't want to bring a bunch of ghosts into my life. But anyway, that's the floor. It's all done, painted with this. And when it dries, you put polyurethane on it. Okay, that's how it came out. Okay. That's it. How's it going? Again, I don't know why I say that. It's like out of force of habit or something. Okay, I'm gonna go.
try to be as nice as I can. That's my whole life story, is like being as nice as I possibly can, and then I have to stand up for myself and then get to enjoy myself. And the whole point is really to try to, I don't know, I still don't have the answers to it, trying to figure it out. Okay, have a good day, just being entertaining with the videos here. If anyone wants to live here, if anyone wants to live here, I'm maybe looking for I sealed the roof so I can finally cover this thing up. Whoops, that had a slight leak in it. I sealed the roof the other day. That's good. I can paint that thing. I don't want to do art on it, but I'd paint it white, I guess. And okay. I wonder what's going on outside. We painted the thing, and I'm just gonna go. I'm gonna get out here. Oh, Al's probably gonna be here later, like 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time or something. 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time in America. Okay, may do a live video later. Okay, bye. You can paint your cement floors. They'll look kind of like that. When they're dry, you put the polyurethane wood floor stuff on it. It saves thousands of dollars. It's easy. Okay, bye, everybody. Okay. Hey, bye. Okay. Oh, and later I'll put links to my stuff over here. Okay, probably. Okay, bye.